how it's going to work. But we're getting into this bad boy. Red versus pink. Let's get it popping.
Ooh, Demon Island, game number 1. Anonymous Alex on the Taro, Zinker on the Koji. First weapon goes over to Zinker, and he puts it on a neutral light to try to catch the landing, and Alex goes over, hits it with the Nair, hammer picked up, and the Nair start flying. Nice recovery afterwards. That down air was the right idea. Even though it didn't hit, Alex has had a good grasp on the game at the start here, and Zinker just takes it right back.
Exactly. See, now this is how this plays out, right? The Taros is only going to get a few limited hits, but, you know, where Zinker's going to flourish is if he can keep his strings alive and try to body him before he gets hit too hard by Terrence. But look at him, he's already on hefty damage, and it looked like he was dominating the start.
Yeah, Alex also priming a hammer here, showing that he really wants to focus on this weapon in this particular matchup. Sair goes wide, but he still, there he goes, gets a fresh hammer, has it ready to go, while weapon starving Zinker. But Zinker with the unarmed, nice punish damage on the ground pound, picks up the sword, gets the sider right afterwards, and we have a really close opening to this game 1, as that side stick whiffs, and he gets the dare Sair punish.
Yeah, it's been a few big-time punches coming out from Zinker. That's been the shining. Oh, but that's a punish right there. Stomp Sair coming out from Alex, and that's going to be the first stock. Pink team taking the lead early on.
That's right, and due to being the crew battle format, it's not Zinker coming in on his second stock. Experience comes in on a fresh stock to fight against Alex, trying to take his stock out and even up the game. That was so bold to get the sidelight on the backswing of the down sig.
That's something you don't attempt when you're at higher damage, but I like the challenge from Experience to go and stop him in mid. I like that Alex tried it, right? Yeah. But I love that Experience challenge.
Oh, Raydish comes right in. Experience is ready to hit him right off the get-go. I mean, he even tried to hit him with the neutral sig as he was coming in on the side kick. It's not even possible, but look at this. Raydish finally gets some damage in on the orb. Side air, nice job with the bicycle kick. Hits him with the down air, sidelight side air. Now Raydish is getting a really good groove as Experience is taking some damage.
So now let me ask you, Scythe versus Orb. Myself, I have problems, but how do top players rate that matchup?
Oh, you know, I honestly think it's incredibly close in the sense that your matchup against Scythe, I think, fares pretty similarly no matter what weapon you're on. It's more up to how well you're able to dodge and avoid a lot of those strings. Whereas Orb, similar story. I think Orb has a little bit more consistency with its knockout power. But
agreed.
That is a definitely tough question to ask. Something to look into. I think it's going to be more of a player matchup thing than anything else. Now Raydish switching over to the gauntlets, side airing back to the stage to try to recover. Gets the recovery through, and look at that. Shoryuken, very end of the move, catches Experience while he's in the air, and Raydish ends up taking the lead for the pink team once again.
Shoryuken, no EX on the end of that, but it still KOs. That was looking good. Now, that's a baby Shoryuken, you know what I mean? The unarmed recovery hitting from Cody Travis. Ooh, that's a dangerous move. Cody could have came out there and really terrorized him, but doesn't opt to do so. Side air is going to be perfection from Cody Travis with the blasters. And now, that's the best thing about Cody Travis, right? He is the most pinpoint player with the Sair of the blasters.
Yes.
Nobody competes
Sair
with
and
that.
sidelight, both. I love being able to watch how Cody Travis is able to control center stage with his dash forward sidelights, oftentimes hitting people twice with the same move. Even though it doesn't combo, he's just reading the fact that they're going to try to dodge down or the direction that they're dodging into.
Definitely.
Down air, look at that, trying to get that side air. Neutral light comes through. Cody Travis versus Faizon is a very storied matchup here. Look what that down air afterwards, dribbling with the same move twice. Faizon trying to get some damage and nice side light. Uses the active input to get the light hit up, but he gets the recovery off of the gravity cancel side stick. Faizon kicks him away. Okay, so the action is non-stop in this matchup so far. They have not stopped.
These guys are just going back and forth, tit for tat. Look at it.
That's
and I think that's going to be it. Nice pickup from Cody Travis to get that stock out of there and keep the red team in the lead. Now, we started off with pink team taking a lead because of the player that is up now. Alex, let's see if he can get this stock out of here and keep the trend going.
Cody, however, so far looking like a menace on the blasters. His downers are so great, and he has been able to get so many follow-ups off of that. Going in for the downer out the right side of the stage. Okay, Alex went for the recovery to try to spike him with that reversal. Now Cody trying to get back to the stage. Spot dodge is the stop. That was close.
Man, that was such a read of a dodge to know that stomp was about to come. That was so smart, but still gonna lose the stock. I mean, you were at hot red. You are Barazzi. Maybe you could have survived a little bit, but you're going against the Taros. The bull with the most.
All right, let's see if Zinker can stop Alex from getting started. Last time Alex came out on top on this matchup, but ever so... And he's out of there. That neutral sig was beautiful. And that's a complete 180 of how that matchup went last time between Alex and Zinker. And now red team is solidly in the lead. Raydish is back on screen. Let's see how he plays here. I wanted to comment last time. I'm just going to get it in before he goes down at this rate because Zinker is just popping off. That Raydish, similar to Phazon in EU, when he's got the orb, he likes to use the gravity cancel neutral sig to cover his head before he gets back to the stage. We saw it once on the left side of the stage. And if he can even pick up an orb again, we might see it again. He pummels him away, wants to stay on the gauntlets. No, there's the orb, gets it picked up. Neutral air has come out, and he's trying to get some damage on the Zinker because Zinker's on the verge of bringing red team into a 2-stock lead.
Definitely. Zinker's playing really, really well. And we didn't get to see Zinker on that first stock fight against Raydish because they lost to Alex. But this is looking good. Doing a very good job for the team. Able to adjust to the different matchup. No weapon in hand, and the same combination from Zinker to take out 2 separate stocks.
All right, it's on Faizon now. Anchor for the pink team to take down Zinker and start working his way through experience. Zinker is just going crazy this game. Nice job of the recovery, though, and Faizon's like, all right, you got 2 stocks, that's it. It's time to equalize this, and experience comes out for the Mordex Mirror matchup.
Oh my gosh, that was, the Mordex Mirror matchup, I didn't quite notice. Sometimes I just turn a blind eye to the characters I'm seeing. I just want to see people scrap, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
I look at the weapons a lot.
When I look at this, it's just like, well, it's a little more obvious because they're even having the same drip right now, right? It's like they're pretty, I guess the scythes are different, but my goodness. Oh, Phazon, what are you, okay, it
that
worked
was
out.
Scary, that was scary, but experience turns it around, literally. Side air, takes the recovery, and starting back over. Here we go. All the resources are back for Cosmos.
Down air. Oh,
no.
Phazon gets a chase dodge.
But he's still gone. But he makes sure that he gets rid of the stock with his own. Now, they're still down on the red team. I mean, on the pink team, but that was such a beautiful exchange from both players.
it was a pretty incredible exchange in the but in the grand scheme of things, Cody's coming in here being like, you know what, experience, it took him down with you, and we got the stock lead right now. And if he could take down Alex out of this game number 1, I think Team Red's got a good chance of going up 1-0 in the set. And Cody, he's all blasters before, but now he's matching Alex with axe versus axe, and he is completely destroying him. Once his axe is gone, he switches over to the blasters, and he's ready to keep putting on the damage. He chain dodges twice into that X pivot down air. Down air hits. Gravity cancel D-line slider. Cody's crazy. And so I love what I'm watching from Cody here. It has not really been that long since the Blasters got an adjustment to how down air sets up when he hits people, but it looks like he's got all of the follow-ups off of that. Before down air was a little bit trickier to follow up into a lot of these strings that Cody's going for, but he looks like he's a master at it already. D-Light, Slide-Light comes through. Nair misses, but he is on the verge of putting Raydish in orange at this rate.
So the deal is, you know, Cody Travis is almost unstoppable. We're talking about a champion here, right? He's unstoppable when he's got the blasters in hand. And one of the things that was problematic was when you watched Alex fight against him a second ago, he was getting torn up by the axe too. So if you're gonna let him party with both weapons, the party don't stop. Nice dunk from Raydish though.
Amazing usage of the down sig. This is the stage for that down sig from Ryu. This is the stage to cover the edge, and he gets that Blaster's recovery there, and he doesn't even have to worry about it clashing because he's not putting his character model in place of that. Now Zinker's here to try to take down Raydish and bring it down to Phazon, and Phazon would have to take down 3 stocks of the red team.
Yeah, he's really gonna need Raydish to turn up, but my goodness, putting it together. Zinker trying to make sure that his team has that cushion, no couch.
Oh man, Zinker is just destroying everybody. Already proving to be the MVP of the match, and he is the lowest seed on the team. And you know, Zip, I'm starting to think we may have glossed over the red team. we may have. I didn't really think about this so much, but like Zinker's like, okay, playing on another level. Experience has been on the come up for a bit now, and Cody Travis, as you said, reigning world champ for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And now he's looking revitalized with the Blasters, but. All right, here's Phazon. He's got to go against a Zinker that's not even that damaged. Gets the downer in the middle of the air. Okay, Zinker's sweating.
That's a nice trade, but misses the recovery. That would have been big time for Faizon. I'm going to tell you, though, man, I didn't sleep on it. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I saw
I did. But anyways, you keep going.
As soon as I saw the team, I was like, oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I felt like they were going to be the ones, but I still have faith in my pick of Team Teal. But, I mean, they're going to be able to show me otherwise. We're in the first set of this. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's absolutely right. Down air, recovery. I mean, all right, Faizon has to get all 3. Can he even get Zinker? Zinker already bringing Faizon onto the red. Sideline hits him. Faizon goes for the weapon throw forward. Zinker baits out the dodge, tries to get the side air. Oh, I thought that was going to be the neutral air that does it. D-Light, down air recovery, side air hits. Can Faizon make it back? Zinker, is that going to be like 5 stocks for Zinker this game if he takes this? Oh, it's close, though. Let's see.
Ooh. Oh, man. Went for the Sair for the wrong direction. Doesn't get the KO, but still putting the team in a perfect position, even if the stock is lost, but it ain't going to be. The Sair is going to come out from Zinker, and Team Red takes game 1.
All right, so it was 4 stocks for Zinker, but 891 damage. Zinker just completely destroying and giving Experience and Cody Travis an absolutely comfortable platform to work on when he wasn't on the screen. Amazing play coming out for the red team there, having 3 stocks left at the very end against Team Pink.
Zinker came in, told the teammates, have patience, the doctor is in. You know, because they didn't really have to play very much.
That exchange with Faizon looks at this, is like, ah, dang it. This is like, I might as well just make Experience know that at least I got him.
I mean, that was a big moment. That was great. It could have been a turnaround moment, and, you know, you're going to need plays like that to make it happen. Unfortunately, team still went down, you know what I mean?
That's right.
So they have another chance here. About to come in here for game number 2. And what are we looking for when it comes to their changes? What are you thinking?
That's tough. I don't think Red's going to change anything at all.
They don't need
They're
to.
going to be leading in with Zinker once again. Cody Travis at anchor, Experience in the center. And then as for Team Pink, it might be a Faizon lead against Zinker. It's difficult to say because there was never a point in time where I felt like anybody in the Pink that really had a dominating matchup. So I think it's going to be like, okay, see where they lock in, maybe have a legend switch. Faizon has a few really great tournament-ready legends like Mordex, as we just saw, but also Val and Jiro potentially as a pocket pick. So let's see what they lock in with. We'll see the order that they're going in for, the legends that they pick, and then how they're going to match it. And there's Faizon being locked in for that first place spot to match Zinker, as I was thinking.
Okay.
Now it's just like, who would they rather have as anchor, Raydish or Alex? And it looks like Raydish is going to be the anchor here on the 3rd spot, and Alex is going to be taking center.
It's big time choices. You know, it's first to 2. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to make this happen right here. And I like that choice. You put Faizon against Zinker. Try to get your best player on the team, best rated player on the team to go in there against Zinker. Get him out of there and then maybe run it up, right? But then if you, that's the thing. You put your best out there, which is supposed to be the anchor, and maybe he deals with Zinker, but he's going to have to deal with Experience. Experience is one of those players. This is so stacked that Experience, you know, when you're looking at the ratings, Experience could be up there. Could have been, you know what I'm saying? Could have been one of the top ranks. But I mean,
Experience has got that off-stage craziness too that is similar to when we were watching yesterday. We were talking about how Knees is like crazy off stage, right? He's got a similar vitality when he's playing with Mordex on the side. He's the most comfortable off stage, trying to get people off of there and get those knockouts. So yes, it's going to be tough indeed, but I think this is the Pink team's best shot. Faizon needs to shut down Zinker, stop Zinker from getting anything off of the other team. And we've seen that Raydish and Alex both can do well in the 1v1 against Experience and Cody Travis, but this is where we're gonna have to see if they've got an opportunity here to be able to get this to a game 3 because as you said, best of 3. Match point. If it doesn't work here, they're going down to the lower bracket pretty early on, and Team Red is just looking difficult to beat. And here we're going. Stage striking right now. Team Pink really thinking about what stages that they want to take off the table. Demon Island. They didn't want to go back there.
Didn't want to go back. Now, I mean, I like Raydish at the mid. I won't say I'm upset at putting Raydish at anchor. I'm not upset at it. But I did like Raydish at mid. It looked really good. I think that was a really good spot. Maybe
it might just be like trying to make sure that everybody has a different matchup starting off. That could just be the thing. It's like we looked at that. It's like, was anybody comfortable with the position they were in last time? No. Okay, we're shuffling literally everything. it's like 3's on 1. 2's on 3, 3's on 2. So it's just a completely different matchup here. We're going to Brawlhaven, Mammoth Fortress, or Apocalypse. Oh, and it's going to be the choice of the red team. I think that means Brawlhaven's going to be locked in. No, Apocalypse chosen. And we're going to be going there instead of Mammoth or Brawlhaven for game number 2. All legends exactly the same, but the Pink team with that mix-up on the lineup. Faizon is going to be going up against Zinker for game number 2.
Okay, so real quick before they get to scrap a dap in. I said this to Flambeau one time. That clock down there, this is Apocalypse. That clock down there is at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
3 o'clock is demon time.
Oh.
Is that the reason that they did that?
Dude, I mean, maybe. I definitely like. There's a lot of really small lore and reference tidbits to a bunch of different things.
I need to ask about that. But right
somebody
now,
confirm.
Right now, Zinker
Serendipitous would be the person to ask.
Oh,
if I was thinking, oh, Serendipitous, he's the guy that knows basically any lore bits that exist at all in Brawlhalla and then some.
I just want the Brawlhalla anime, you know what I mean? Wow!
Zinker goes down. Plan succeeding so far, right?
The plan is succeeding.
Zinker getting shut down at the very beginning of this game, too, is a huge deal.
And what a thing to fall to. You lose your recovery to a weapon toss nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Okay, Faizon. Gauntlet mirror match against Experience so far, working on his favor. Then Experience says, nah. Goes right back, gets the deal. Like, tries to go for the recovery off the top. Still going. Weapon toss, tries to follow up with the signature. Faizon doesn't get hit by it, but the recovery takes him off the top, and that evens things out. Now we get Alex versus Experience.
Versus Experience. So that was a good job of Experience to take that stock out quick, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah, Phazon takes that stock, but then you have to deal with Experience, and exactly what I said came to fruition.
I guess in that sense, like Phazon maybe was hoping to get some more damage in before. Okay, Experience. Dude, Experience, it makes me nervous every time. He always lives, but he uses every single option, every single jump, every recovery possible to chase a string, and he sweats back to the stage while just drifting to the left. I'm like, are you gonna make it? It's like, but he does. And look at all that damage that he's gotten on Alex because of that. It looks fantastic. Weapon throws both ways, missing, and oh, by the grace of Odin, Alex gets a weapon first, and the side stick comes through. He takes Experience out, and the pink team still has a lead after leading with Phazon.
That was such a well-placed side stick, right? Because that thing just is so bland. It just goes straight, and it smacks, and it sends them out. But it has no, you know, the coverage isn't too big, and it doesn't do anything tricky. So that was so perfectly paced. Oh, here we go. Cody Travis got the guns in hand, the blasters.
Ooh.
But Alex says, I don't care about none of that. The hammer is looking great.
Downlight's coming out from Cody. He's trying to get a side air, and he does, and the knock, okay, Sair hits, and that's enough knockback to take Alex on the left side of the stage, and Cody has evened things up, and this is where the red team took a lead last time in game number 1. Pink was ahead for roughly most of the time, and then Cody was just able to get a really solid lead here. Now going up against Raydish, who, as we were talking about, is now the anchor. Let's see how this plays out. So far, even. Gauntlets, I really like, I really favor Gauntlets in the matchup against Blasters just because they're so good at getting in that dead zone as Blasters. And you see Cody thinking about that, really only using down air to avoid that weakness.
Yeah, you know, because the down air kind of counters the side light of the gauntlet. So if they do that, you're going to be over their head. You shoot them before the hitbox gets to you. The hurt box. Well, no, yeah, the hitbox. I'm sorry.
But we're seeing Raydish adjusting to that in kind by just like he's noticing he can't get anything started on the gauntlets. Goes over to the orb. Oh, don't neutral sig.
There it is.
I know that's the Raydish special there with that neutral sig. When he's on the ledge, if he doesn't feel comfortable getting right back, he'll put up the neutral sig, reset momentum. Can he make it back? He can.
Wow.
Cody takes him down.
What a dare. I didn't think that was going to KO, but the fact that it snatched the recovery, your recovery is almost always your most powerful recovering tool to the stage.
Yeah.
So once that thing got taken out, it looked like he was close, but not close enough.
Yeah, and the sooner that it gets stuffed, the worse it is for you. Now Cody on the right side of the stage doesn't recover, uses the dodge to the stage instead to avoid. Okay, Cody.
Ooh, Cody getting a little wild down there. That was not supposed to be a lost stock. This lead was supposed to get opened up big time. But, you know.
Hey, Faizon ain't complaining. He looks at that and he's just kind of like, all right. I wonder if that's going to count as an accident on the end screen. Well, we'll find out as Faizon looks like to be taking that momentum and just running with it. Zinker yet to pick up a weapon, and Faizon getting all of the damage in with the scythe. Goes to the recovery. Zinker swinging on the right side of the stage. Finally gets a nair through. Bow picked up. Side air. Hits. Faizon tries to get the ground pound. Doesn't hit it, but the neutral stick does, and he gets Zinker as he picks up his sword.
Phazon's scythe is looking really, really good right now. The neutral, look at that, ground pound, the neutral light, but the neutral sig was just a little too overzealous, right? It led to getting punished. You're gonna throw the weapon away, you have nothing, does not full confirm with the recovery of the sword. Zinker trying to get Phazon out of here.
Nice neutral light, caught him in the middle of the sideline as Phazon was traveling forward. Phazon wants to get into a position where he can get that 50-50, go for the gauntlet recovery read on Zinker if he can get that sidelight to start.
Yeah, both players are in KO territory, right? Ooh. And this might spell
it's so
doom. Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Gravity cancel down like from Phazon with the scythe. That's a pinpoint move, and I love when it hits, right?
Yeah.
I hate getting hit by it, but I love when it hits.
What's so cool about it, it looks pretty pretty great because of the reach, but you have to be incredibly accurate with it. If you're too close to somebody, you will literally swing right over their head. It's like using a blaster sidelight in the sense of how you have to space it so perfectly. So Faizon getting that with a gravity cancel, taking Zinker off the left side of the stage is pretty huge for the pink team, but just like before, Experience evens things up, but this is much closer after the pink team adjusted to the red team's lineup than it was in game 1.
Experience doing a perfect job of being that median player, doing a good job fighting against Alex every time and making sure that that damage that is done to Phazon counts, getting him out of there quick without taking much damage. But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Alex has been doing great with the hammer generally, but the axe is looking nice right now.
I think in general, Alex has got a pretty good matchup against Experience. I'm like noticing that like this, at first I wasn't so sure about them matching up against it, but Experience has been having some trouble getting his string started, pressuring Alex off the side of the stage, and Alex is constantly hitting Experience away and forcing him to recover. This is really great so far, but that may have been a mistake. Down sig whip, so that's 4 easy hits. Experience is gonna take that one sig and destroy him for it. One misplaced down sig, you're gone. That is the power of Experience.
My God. I was gonna say Experience, I was gonna say Alex had experience against Experience, but everything in this match that Experience has experienced made sure he didn't experience it again. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing that thing right now where the meaning, like, I've heard the word enough that I'm not sure it's actually, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you overthink a word, you're just kind of like, this word doesn't make any sense to me now.
Oh, yeah, I definitely ruined that name.
Okay.
I ruined that word.
Luckily, Experience is off the field so I can remember that it's actually his name and not, okay, hold on. Cody Travis versus Raydish. 4 stocks to 4. Experience did a great job against Alex there, being able to get that 6 hits, near 0 to death. I know that he took damage before that, but that was so great on the gauntlets, being able to get the double ground pound. And now Cody is up against Raydish. And before, Raydish really just didn't stand a chance. Even with the gauntlets in hand, he couldn't get started on anything against Cody's blasters. Went over to the orb, and Cody made quick work of him by stuffing that recovery. Now Raydish is in the lead here on the second stock against Cody's second stock.
Well, this is the top player's power to adjust, right? Came in and tried to fight with the gauntlets in something where you said has the advantage with the dead zone, but Cody Travis was countering it perfectly.
Beautiful.
Scared him away from the edge and not able to make it. That was like perfectly placed.
Yes.
The down air and then to scare him off with that gravity cancel down sig. You just had nowhere to go.
I was thinking that the down sig was perfect on Demon Island, but the way Raydish used that here on Apocalypse was even better. And he put Cody in a situation where he's like, okay, do I want to let him get the combo or do I want to just fall on my own volition? He decides to dodge it, can't make it back. Cody goes down and Raydish wins the 1-1 against Cody and secures pink team the lead in game 2, and Raydish is putting even more damage on his Zinker. You know what? You and I, we're both thinking, I don't know about Raydish on that anchor position, but so far it's looking good.
Definitely.
Oh, nice dodge off the downlight too.
These teams are almost dead even. Like both games have been looking back and forth seesaw the whole time. And I mean, this could be the change, right? If Raydish can get Zinker out of here, that'll be the change. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Nice, downlight. And that is the stop.
Yeah.
And we're dead even once again. Zinker, every single player on each team has done their job.
Yeah, and Faizon, it's going to be like, we have to see if that continues, right? Because Faizon was put here to stop Zinker from destroying Alex and Raydish before he showed up on the field. And so far, Faizon has taken Zinker down every time that he's been up against him. And he's on the verge of doing that again. If he gets this here, I'm thinking we're going to a game number 3. Faizon yet to take too much damage from Zinker, but Zinker with the down air and air is starting to tack on more damage. Oh, okay, Faizon. Okay.
The gravity cancel down six.
So
Natural Rooney. Oh
Man.
my gosh. That's the dispose of him.
Yeah, it is a hard move to hit, and you basically only get it with the hardest of reads. And that is exactly what Faizon did there. Zinker was tossed out of there, and Experience has been doing phenomenal in this mirror matchup against Faizon. Ooh. Okay, this is Experience in that mode, that last stock mode that we'll often see in 1v1s where he's really just touching the one side of the stage, trying to bring his opponents to him, and Faizon's just kind of like, hey, there's a reason. There's a reason why every time that I'm on the stage, Flambeau has to mention that I am the best player in NA when fighting off stage. And that is Faizon right there. Look at that. Experience goes to the side, gets dunked on. Faizon just destroying everybody on the red team right now.
Man, Faizon turning up. And this is a smart pick, I guess. You know, you put him on the front, and now you're getting your whole squad ran through, and you still have to deal with Raydish at the anchor. The sauce. Okay, Cody might be able to get him out of here right here. Misses because the dodge was perfect, but the gravity cancel still not able to KO. Cody really trying to get this stock out of here because if he takes too much more damage, I feel like it's an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, that down stick had to just barely not knock out, and Cody really bet a lot on that. The first one he missed, Phazon got 4 hits on it. With the grounded ground pound, they hit the splash and forward, like in front of the gauntlets, ends up hitting Cody, and Cody has just put out whatever he can. He's just trying to take Phazon down, but at this point, it's going to be so darn difficult. He has to get through Alex and Raydish after this if he can even take down Phazon alone.
Yeah, Phazon's just moving too nice right now. Put it together with the down light into recovery, and Pink Team has a dub on the board. 1-1, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, what a crazy matchup. And Phazon putting on a performance similar to Zinker there with the 858 damage. Everybody else is around 400. Phazon just completely decimating them. And it went from being 3-stocked by the red team to the pink team getting a 3-stock there in game number 2. So absolutely the counter pick mattered there, which makes me go, ooh, that's a pretty big deal that that the red team won game 1, because now in game 3, match point, there's no more matches after this. Red team's going to get that final counter pick against the pink team here to be able to decide it all.
So they talk about it in basketball. I'm a basketball fan. You guys know this. They talk about it in basketball all the time that you can't stop a prolific scorer, right? Like, you can't stop a Kevin Durant.
Okay.
He's going to score 40, but if you play good defense, you might hold him to 23. I feel like that's what they did with Phazon. They put him on the front line. He didn't quite stop Zinker, but he nullified. Like, just held him down a little bit. Dropped 403 damage down from that 800 damage, and that was exactly what that team needed. We were guessing, we were wondering what the reason for him being on the front was. They showed us.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Alex being matched up against experience worked out way better than we ever thought. And what do you know? Raydish as the anchor was one of the best decisions that they have made in this tournament so far. And so now we have to see. I didn't get to see what the lock-in order was, but we'll find out just a little bit as we have either Demon Island or Mammoth Fortress for this final pick. I don't think the pink team wants to go back to Demon Island. So Mammoth Fortress might be the final game of the day, but we'll have to see if they want to give Raydish that opportunity for those down sticks. Demon Island might be nice. Oh, Zip, it's going to be close. I want to see who gets matched up against who, because if they lead with Phazon in at the beginning again, will the red team risk having Zinker not leading in? They haven't really changed things. Okay, it is completely... Look at that. I love this. It's not quite on the screen yet, but we've got experience to match Phazon, we've got Cody to match Alex, and we've got Zinker to match Raydish. They literally so when Pink Team switched everything around, they're like, we're going to go back to exactly what worked at game number 1, and we're going to see how this plays out, because I do think experience has been destroying Phazon every time they've gone against each other.
We've been seeing him go against a damaged Phazon, but you are correct. He's been the answer. Phazon tearing it up to start it off, though.
Oh, experience with the return ground pound. Goes for the weapon throw, doesn't quite hit it. Phazon has him. Okay, this is a great position for Phazon. He just has to go off stage with a falling nair, silent anything, no experience. Gets back onto the stage, picks up the scythe, and now it could be risky for both players to go off stage. That first exchange worked out slightly in favor of Phazon.
Know when to hold him, know when to fold him. I like that Phazon gave that up over a second ago, but this time knew it was time to get him down into the deep depths, chucked him down with the side signal.
And the weapon throw to secure it. It was so beautiful. And now Phazon against Cody. Hits him with the sidelight, knocks him away, down air hits. Cody gets the nair as well. If Cody can equalize that first stock won't matter too much. With the neutral light from Phazon means that Cody's already got a bit of damage tacked on him as well. Falling side airs, let's see. Cody just sticking with the axe. Will he switch off here? Oh no, down sig. Side air, Cody decimated Phazon. He got hit, side light, neutral light, that's all he got hit by. The rest was all Cody.
Cody's blasters are so good, it always makes me sleep on his axe. The dude's axe is ridiculous, man.
And you know what? Alex had such a great matchup against experience, but Cody did kind of destroy Alex in game number 1. And it's happening again. Like, Alex is looking at us like, what is this weapon right now?
It's just tough.
What, Cody?
Oh, if he got that, oh my goodness.
What was that movement? I didn't even know that was okay, all right. Cody, you are crazy. I could have switched it over to the axe. Okay, it was like deal. It was down air, side light, chase dodge with the diagonal, and then jumped all the way up there with the recovery and just barely dropped it. But Alex almost got deleted from that. Sider comes through, and Cody makes sure that Alex doesn't even get a chance to play. Cody's taken one more light attack since the last light attack from Faizon. He is still super early in the yellow right now.
Ultra Instinct Cody Travis or what?
I mean, this counter pick advantage for red team is something else. Raydish is now like, okay, I have to stop the bleeding here. Cody is still just going crazy. Neutralite hits, tries to get the downer to start. All of these jumping downers covering the weapon. Sidelight downer forward, but Raydish manages to avoid it, gets a side air. What else can he do here? All right, downsing opportunity.
Dude, look at this. Just getting picked up hard.
Goes for a third nair. Gravity cancel downlight, doesn't catch Raydish dash jumping. Cody dashes forward with the side light, and Raydish almost gets him with the recovery. Shoryuken doesn't hit.
We're going to see another one. No, a ground pound. That was very nice from Raydish. I actually thought that Cody was going to come up to the stage a little sooner, but seeing it better than I did, Raydish making a great ground pound read.
Yeah, I really thought Raydish was going to stay on the stage longer. And I think Cody was thinking the same thing. And then the ground pound comes out of nowhere. Cody goes down. Raydish took a ton of damage, though, and Zinker did quite well against Raydish in game 1. Didn't really get to shine in game 2 because of Faizon, but now that they have that counter pick advantage, the sides that comes through, Raydish is sent flying, and the red team has a full stock lead going into game 3.
You know something I love that Zinker does? Whenever you're recovering, Zinker goes out there on the side with you and fast falls as if they're coming for a down air and then lets you dodge through them and recovers. That is a very, very smooth move that I don't see very many sword players do.
Yeah, and it's so intuitive when you think about it to how the sword kit is designed, in the sense that you're using the recovery as a jump as well as a move to punish the dodge up.
Exactly.
And Zinker gets so much success with it. And he doesn't worry about the fact that, yeah, because they're beneath the stage, it probably isn't going to knock out. The damage is good damage. Faizon getting the down air, ground pound, really weapon throw afterwards. Oh, he was going for, was that gravity cancel down take? I'm not really sure. It was gravity cancel something, and Zinker was able to stop it. And now Faizon is actually super damaged here. I mean, he was used to stop Zinker before, but Zinker looks like he's going to get a 2-stock lead. Oh, I thought Faizon was gone.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Can Zinker get Faizon out of there? If Zinker's popping off right now, I thought that, you know, from the story that's been told, I thought Faizon was going to come out here, clean this up, and we're going to carry on with business. And Faizon doesn't even make it back to the stage. Thought the Sair touched the wall, but it did not.
That's like what? That was like 1 pixel away.
That's wild.
And now Alex has to go up against Zinker, putting up the neutral stick, trying to take that stock super early on, and Zinker's like, Sidelight, double neutralite, side air, recovery. Zinker is just destroying. And this is that worst case scenario for the pink team here, where Faizon wasn't able to do his job. He wasn't able to nullify Zinker, and now Zinker is just popping off, getting all those extra points, as you were saying. And Zinker, oh man, another neutralite. Alex, are you going to go down to 1 stock at this rate while Zinker has 3? Like, what's happening?
Zinker, oh man, Zinker was doing so good, and I know that the red team is in there clapping right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind for holding it down for us like that. And here we go, Experience going against Alex. No weapon, but go ahead and piece him up real quick with the neutralite. Finally got the gauntlets.
Opportunity for pink team here to equalize. Alex has been having some pretty good run-ins with it. Never mind. Down sig, dunks him off the right side of the stage. Raydish comes in, last person on the team with 2 stocks. Everybody else in the pink team in tournament stock, and Experience opens up strong with a nair. Another nair, turns him off stage this time. Side lights, nair, kicks him forward, gets the recovery, gets the down air. Raydish already sweat the side stick, dodge out of the way, but Raydish hasn't touched the stage in an hour. Like, what is, no, do it. I was ready for Experience to just ground pound and throw a stock away there. That was such a statement, but you know what's even better? Making it back to the stage with yellow.
Exactly. Oh man, so the scythe is a read heavy weapon, right? I feel like that was all reactions. Just kind of like played it really safe and chilled on all the choices. Oh my goodness! I thought that Faizon was gonna get snatched with a dare on the way back with his recovery.
He was already sweating that below, like that much below the stage. Sidestick comes through, trying to do the same maneuver that Experience tried against Raydish. Doesn't work out, and the downer hits, and Experience puts the downlight through. Neutralite. Oh, that was You're right on the money with the reactions, and that's something that's been talked about with Experience before. Nice job with the recovery from Faizon there, but he hit him with the neutralite, jumped, fast-falled, and he matched the dodge movement of Faizon there. Didn't get the punish for it, but you could tell he was looking for the right reaction.
If they were grounded, he would have got that. Faizon only didn't get hit because he was on the side of the stage.
And he just fell beneath the stage there. Yeah,
exactly.
Faizon now going against Cody. Cody really started off strong in game 3 here. Let's see if Faizon can get some of this lead out of the way. Oh, is it slide charge, pivot, neutral sig time? No, Cody not wanting to risk it. Goes for the down air there. Faizon needs a little bit more damage before that's a confirmed knockout. Cider comes through, has the axe. Down sig has been a favorable position for him as he's been expecting Faizon to touch the stage on Demon Island, but that ground pound just falls with it, doesn't fast fall, and catches Faizon off guard, sends him out, and only 2 stocks are left for the pink team.
So much coverage on that axe down ground pound, man. It's so hard to get away from. What a dodge from Cody. Tries to go up and convert. Wouldn't have KO'd anyway, but just feels brave. Cody's feeling himself.
Yeah, and now against Alex, I've yet to see Alex really be able to figure out the blaster's pressure from Cody. Cody, oh, how did you get that down there? He went for the ground pound to end the stock right there. Recovery comes through, and Alex has no weapon to punish that recovery. D-Light put out. Cody hit by the Nair. This would be huge for the pink team. They have to take down Cody right now, and Cody... oh, he dodges all the way from the stop. D-Light neutral air off the pivot, and the scoop gets him off the top. Alex only in orange.
Finally got him out of there. That lead was huge for the red team. It's still pretty big. They got 2 stocks left on Zinker and 1 each on Experience and Cody. Nice down sig from Alex. Throws another one out. Nah, don't get desperate, my boy.
Ooh, weapon picked up. Nice side air. Oh, he can get another cider here. Oh, he tried, but the drift did not have enough momentum behind it, and Zinker gets the neutral there. That cider hits. That was a real fast dash jump cider. Neutral to get some. Oh,
the Taro
okay.
Special. Yes, we got to see one this whole weekend. I've been waiting for it.
All right, pressure's on, and Alex is performing. 3 stocks left for the red team, 2 for pink, and Alex has already gone through 2 of them. Experience comes in. Sidelight gets him with that. Oh, with the sidelight, you can get the strong hit, or you can kick him upwards for the combo afterwards. And Experience goes for that weak hit to get the Sair follow-up to get the confirmed knockout. Now Experience is against Raydish. Anchor for the pink team. It's all on Raydish. If he loses here, red team advances on the winner side of the bracket.
So this is one of those situations. It's been looking good for them. I like the change of order. It got them a game, but this is where I was saying, man, you know, Raydish in the middle, keep Phazon on anchor, because you need your anchor to be able to be in a position to give your team a game like this. Not to say that Raydish can't do it, but I feel more comfortable with this in the hands of Phazon.
Yeah. Raydish losing some neutral exchanges with Experience here. Weapon throw comes forward. Experience really taking his time here, just making sure that he doesn't have to let anybody else on his team play. Oh.
And it's tough, right? You come in to try to make a comeback, and the first order that you have to fill is Experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's tough. Because he's gonna put damage on you.
I feel like we're gonna be saying that a lot today with all the players in North America, though. It's just kind of like, oh man, every single player that you have to fight against, that's not easy.
For sure.
Nice grab to cancel neutral light though. Downer hits, Nair comes through, Raydish trying to get Experience off the side of the stage. He's really jabbing him with the Nairs, but getting no follow-ups afterwards. Oh. Raydish recovers, steers it a little too hard to the left, and Experience doesn't even have to put on the final blow as Raydish falls down at the bottom of the stage, and the red team wins game number 3 with the 3 stock. All 3 games were 3 stocks in one way or another, and it showed at the end that the order that the players matched their opponents really mattered this game, right? How the seeds lined up worked out really well for the red team in terms of personal player matchups. The pink team was able to match it, showed that because they were able to switch that up, it changed things dramatically. But when the red team went back to, you know, basics, what they had that one with game number 1, it went exactly the way that we expected it to.
Definitely did. I mean, I love it. I love that they chose for Phazon to go in front. I did just say that, you know, maybe you do need him to be on the bench, not be on the bench, be the anchor, right?
Yeah.
But it was so necessary for them to have him on front, because whenever Zinker came out, Zinker was gonna get busy if you don't have Phazon out there to stop him. So it was just really tough. It just looked like at the end the better team won, because it didn't matter how they switched it up.